Okay, I did my presentation on the chicken pox. Specifically, I did it put yourself in the shoes of someone in 2525 taking their kid to the doctor. I made a poster that they would find in the waiting room. Um, this is assuming that chickenpox is sort of in the same situation that measles was recently in that we haven't had much to do with it re or in the last few years, last several years. And now all of a sudden it's spiking back up, and parents are wondering if they really need to get the chickenpox vaccine, if it's really that serious. Um, so what my poster goes over is, first of all, varicella. That's going to be the actual name for the chickenpox vaccine. And it's going to go over essentially why should my child get the vaccine? First of all, what is it? Chickenpox is a super communicable disease caused by varicella zoster virus. It presents with a small itchy blisters that eventually will scab over after about 10 to 21 days of exposure. Um, it mostly affects kids, but people who have had it before are more likely to develop the shingles herpes zoster virus later in life because the virus lives latent in its host even after chickenpox is passed and can later start to reemerge in the body as shingles. How does chickenpox spread? Chickenpox can be spread direct contact with the rash or by airborne droplets. And someone who has had chickenpox, more than likely, they will have an adaptive immunity to it, so they shouldn't get it again. So actually, in the past, when chickenpox was super prevalent, there was a such thing as chickenpox parties, where people would all go and hang out with whoever had chickenpox, just so that they could get this virus to get the adaptive immunity to it. Varicella vaccine is a live vaccine, meaning it has a micro dose of the virus. This means that someone who's vaccinated has been able to develop that adaptive immunity without having to go through the sickness. And if they do contact the sickness by chance, their symptoms will be a lot milder because their immune system has already developed the needs to fight this virus. And then just kind of some history on the vaccine, why it's been so helpful with slowing the spread of chickenpox. The varicella vaccine came out in 1995. In the early 1990s, there were about 4 million cases, over 11,000 hospitalizations, and 100 to 150 deaths a year. In 2025, only 25 years later, each year there's fewer than 150,000 cases, or 14,000 hospitalizations, and 30 deaths. In the first 25 years of existence, the vaccine has prevented about 91 million cases and saved $23.4 billion in related healthcare costs. And yeah, that's essentially my little informational poster. And you're putting yourself in the shoes of someone in 2525 when chickenpox might not be as known about as it is now. So this is informing people on what chickenpox is, why the vaccine is important. Awesome. Thank you so much. You guys have a good day.